From getting sued by the Mexican government to suing his own company Beast Burger, this is every MrBeast lawsuit, starting with the time MrBeast got sued for using the name D's Nut. No, I'm not even kidding. Now, everyone knows what Feastables is. It's MrBeast's chocolate brand competing against the likes of Hershey's. But did you know that Jimmy was actually forced to change the name of one of the bars because it had a similar sounding name to another product? Back at first, when MrBeast launched his new chocolate peanut butter bar, D's Nuts, everything seemed to be going alright. They even managed to get a Super Bowl commercial for the new peanut bar.
That's good nuts. You have to try these nuts. Go to feastables.com right now if you want some nuts in your mouth.
The fact that they kept a straight face the whole ad is the best, but then something came up that would force them to change the name. Now, we all know the famous meme D's Nuts, which is what MrBeast and his team were referencing.
These nuts? Got him! Got him!
But while the whole name and marketing for the brand is quite funny, the consequences of naming a peanut butter bar D's Nuts wouldn't be so, as MrBeast and his team were sued for IP infringement. See, MrBeast bar D's Nuts sounds really similar to the company D's Nuts, a completely separate entity from MrBeast entirely. The other company, named D's Nuts, claimed that MrBeast and his team were using a name too closely to D's Nuts, which they claimed to be infringing on their business. It also doesn't help that when the buyers were going to look up D's Nuts on the Walmart website, which by the way is selling both of these products, the website would redirect you to MrBeast D's Nuts instead of D's Nuts, which D's Nuts also claimed that because of the website redirection, it caused a drop in sales. But MrBeast's legal team claimed that the term D's Nuts was made by the famous artist and producer Dr. Dre in one of his songs back in the 90s, which is what they were referring to. But this ultimately didn't matter because MrBeast's team was actually quite rude to the legal team at D's Nuts, claiming their sales figures were objectively unimpressive. So the judge ruled in favor of D's Nuts, meaning that MrBeast can no longer use the term D's Nuts when selling Feastables. So now D's Nuts is no longer a thing, but Feastables is still going strong ever since the lawsuit. Wow, that was quite a lot of nuts we just talked about. Let's move on to the next case where MrBeast got sued. That being when MrBeast tried to sue himself, or more specifically, when he tried to sue MrBeast Burger for $10 million, but it ultimately ended up blowing back up in his face, when he then got sued for 10x the amount of $100 million. But let's rewind a bit to get the full picture. As most of us know, MrBeast would release the promotional video for Beast Burger called "I Opened a Restaurant That Pays You to Eat at It."
I opened up the world's first free restaurant, and if that wasn't enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant.
That was the longest fast food commercial I've ever seen. After that video was uploaded, MrBeast on his Twitter said this: "I just launched 300 restaurants nationwide. Go on your favorite delivery app and order a MrBeast burger. We've been working on this for forever, and I'm so excited." Now, for some of you wondering, how in the world did Jimmy get all these restaurants to open up so quickly around the country? Well, I'm about to tell you. See, MrBeast teamed up with a company called Virtual Dining Concepts, which their whole business model would be to have ghost kitchens all around the country. MrBeast even claimed that their business practice would help smaller local businesses stay afloat, as this was the time during the pandemic during 2020. So while all of this seemed to be good use of his brand to keep smaller businesses alive, complaints would quickly come in after the launch of Beast Burger, with people claiming to have received undercooked or just raw food. MrBeast would then respond to these complaints by saying this: "I started MrBeast Burger to help restaurants make more money during the pandemic, and it worked. But sadly, when working with 2,000 restaurants I don't own, it's impossible to guarantee the order quality. I'm moving on from MrBeast Burger so I can focus on Feastables and making snacks." So with all these complaints coming in over the course of a couple years, MrBeast would finally take a stance. In 2023, MrBeast would sue Virtual Dining Concepts for $10 million, while also trying to find a way out of the deal for good, claiming that the company would serve disgusting food and would would also deeply hurt the MrBeast brand overall because of the food. But this would again blow up in Jimmy's face when Virtual Dining Concepts would file their lawsuit against MrBeast for $100 million, which, to put it simply, Virtual Dining Concepts claimed that MrBeast was also acting in bad faith, which damaged their brand too, mainly due to Jimmy's tweets on X. Now, I would like to give an ending for this story, but this lawsuit is still ongoing with no real end in sight, and for now, we just have to wait and see what happens. But it's safe to say that after this is all said and done, someone is gonna have to pay a lot of money to the other party. But before we move on to our next topic, I see that you're liking the content, so why don't you hit the subscribe button? Because we have a ton more videos coming out just like this one. But also, later in the video, did you know that the Mexican government would end up suing MrBeast? Now, you'll just have to wait for that story, as we're moving on to our next lawsuit, that being the Beast Games lawsuit. As many of us are familiar, MrBeast had the hit TV show on Amazon Prime called MrBeast Games, which was released in December of 2024.
I am standing on $5 million of real money, the largest grand prize in entertainment history. And competing for this $5 million are these 1,000 contestants! Come on in!
Well, also on set to have a second season releasing on January 7th, 2026. So while all of this is amazing for MrBeast, everything isn't sunshine and rainbows for him. As in September of 2024, MrBeast and Amazon would be sued for a class action lawsuit by 5 anonymous contestants, which in the lawsuit they claim to have been mistreated while on the set of Beast Games. Some of these complaints include failing to pay minimum wage, suffering mental and physical complications, and hostile working conditions / environment.
Jimmy is not the same person that he is on camera as he is off camera.
Craziest part of this is not even paying minimum wages. With all this drama going, Jimmy would eventually have to respond to these allegations, which he did when he responded in the collab with Oompaville, simply titled MrBeast Response.
And they sent it to the press, but conveniently all the actual claims are redacted, blacked out, so you can't actually see it. We didn't use unions, but I didn't want to pay people their money when that was just a flat out lie. We did use unions, and that there are dozens of broken bones, and which is crazy to think that I'd be like, oh, 10 people broke their bones, let's keep filming, you know what I mean? That doesn't even make sense. After that claim came out, we literally called 1,950 contestants of the 2,000. We couldn't get a hold of all 2,000. I find a single broken bone. Online it's being claimed. I mean, there's so much or even disinformation like that being spread. So which makes it hard for me to just come out.
It's also important to bring up that all of this happened before Beast Games was even launched on Amazon Prime. But again, like MrBeast Burger, the Beast Games lawsuit had not much revealed to the public and is still currently ongoing. But even despite this, after the launch of Beast Games in December of 2024, Amazon has renewed the show for 2 more seasons. So it seems to be going well for MrBeast and Amazon. Now, onto our final lawsuit of the video. The time MrBeast got sued by the Mexican government, or more specifically, Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, or the INAH for short. Now, some of you may have heard of the other lawsuits in this video, but if you are confused by this lawsuit, I'm about to tell you. For starters, do you guys remember this video?
We just got dropped off on this 2,000-year-old ancient temple!
Why we're so high up.
We're surrounded by jungle. See you later! Let's go see what we can find!
Most of you probably remember when Jimmy survived 100 hours in Ancient Temples, which was released in May of 2025. MrBeast would have to team up with the company Full Circle Media to allow them to explore the ancient Mayan ruins. But while the video was a success, getting over 100 million views, MrBeast would then be sued shortly after the video was released. The company, called Full Circle Media, is now being sued by the Mexican authorities, the INAH, for allegedly violating their filming permits. Now, the big claim of the INAH was that Full Circle Media was allowed to film the ancient Mayan ruins as long as there was no profit, or more specifically in MrBeast's case, no commercial advertising. But the INAH was claiming that MrBeast and crew violated these terms when in the video they were seen promoting feastables, right here in this part of the video.
And to wrap up the night, we have a special Mayan dessert, the brand new Feastables Peanut Butter Cups. Wait,
Brand new, but it's a Mayan dessert?
Don't ask questions. It's dessert. Here you go.
The king of marketing over here.
Bro, look at how much peanut butter is in there. Isn't it sad that there are humans on this earth whose taste buds have not been blessed with the brand new Feastables peanut butter cups? So if you want an ethically sourced, amazing tasting snack, make sure you reach for Feastables. It's good. The only Mayan-approved snack on the planet.
So yeah, this would clearly be breaking the terms and conditions of this agreement. But MrBeast's legal team would respond to this by saying they didn't in fact break the filming permit, because this was filmed on the team's campsite. But once again, no clear outcome of the situation has been determined, as the lawsuit is still ongoing. So it's safe to say that these lawsuits will probably take years to resolve if they're going at this pace. Anyways, those are all the lawsuits I could find. So now you know every time that MrBeast has been sued. And if you love everything MrBeast, click on this next video on screen to see more content just like this.